is the Rangers Journal Night.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you are watching this. My name is Doug. You're watching the Rangers Journal, and this is the Lowdown. Today we're going to be talking about our Old Firm rival Celtic as we go into the final Old Firm of the season. The only game that we have left that really means anything of anything. A chance for Rangers to go 3 in the league on the bounce in terms of victories over Celtic for the first time in a while, and hopefully ending the season with something of a little bit of pride and positivity to take forward. Celtic obviously come into this game having just confirmed the title, so they will have their tails up and their fans in the stadium for the first time in an Old Firm in a while. We saw the difference that our fans made at Celtic Park, and so theirs will be looking to do the same. Going into the match, the current form of the two teams couldn't be much different. Celtic with 4 wins from their last 5, just that 1-0 defeat to St Johnstone, whereas we have 3 draws and 2 losses in our last 5, albeit 2 of those are European matches, but plenty of disappointment along the way with draws to St Mirren, Aberdeen in there, as well as the loss to Hibernian. As I say, we are 3 in a row in terms of playing Celtic in the league and getting victories, so that is a positive. However, as I say, we do go into this with a tough task given their positive place in the league, sitting there 84 points ahead of us on 67 in second place, a gap that we really need to look to be closing and doing much better on in the future. So as we look into what to expect from Celtic, I think at this point we kind of have a good idea of what we're going to get when we are facing them. They obviously play in this sort of 4-3-3 formation that does drop into a 4-4-2 when they are off the ball in order to crowd the midfield and give them that extra man. The midfield battle is one where this game it really does and can swing on. They really did miss Callum McGregor, it seemed, in their last match, so will he make a difference this time around? They will continue to play their high press with fast and tricky wingers attacking down each side. They have a high defensive line where they look to get turnovers and spring their decent counter attack. In terms of substitutions, that's often kind of like for like types that Brendan tends to play. So probably not going to revolutionise their tactics from start to finish. But they do have players that can come on and hurt us as they have done in the past. So we do need to keep our eyes on that when they make changes. As I say, they will be confident coming into this game, having just won the title. They'll be looking to try and rub our noses in it, and whereas we will try to, as I say, upset their party. In terms of the danger men for Celtic, the obvious man is Daizan Maida. He has arguably been player of the season in the league this year. 16 goals and 9 assists in the Premiership from 31 matches, so that is a really good haul. He obviously often plays on the left wing, but he has been playing centrally for them since they sold off Kyogo. So he has been playing as a striker and making a nuisance of himself as he does so. Making a 43% dribble accuracies and 83% with his pass accuracies. He is a player who can move and use the ball well. The second player I've chosen to highlight here, I could have highlighted a number of other sort of attacking players, but I've chosen with Alistair Johnson here. Similar to Tavernier for us, he is a creative force from the back for Celtic with 4 goals and 9 assists in the league. From his 30 matches, he has 87% pass accuracy, and he's created 45 chances from them in that fullback area. So he is someone that we should look to keep quiet. I think when we have kept him quiet in games in the past, that has helped us getting more positive results. In regards to the Rangers 11 that I think we should be playing, it'll be interesting to see what Barry chooses to do. He's kind of alluded at players not following instructions, some of them maybe not having the heart to be Rangers players. Will he bring in the changes? I'm not sure if this is a game he would choose to do that. It's a game he'll want to win. Obviously, the opportunity for him to get a victory at Ibrox against Celtic will be something he is very keen to do. So I think he will play a strong side in terms of sort of the strongest players on paper. You starting off in the goal. I don't think Kelly has done anything to suggest that he will not continue as number 1. And likewise, I think with Jeffrey and Tavernier, fullbacks will be likely to continue. I'd like to see and Ciala continued to play at the back. I think he is doing well given his position and lack of experience overall in football, but he is looking like he is going to be a prospect for the future. And so I'd like to see him continuing to play so that we continue to get an idea of what he has to offer. And playing him beside the experienced shooter, I think, gives him the best chance of that. I want to see a positive sort of attacking side, so I'm going with our sort of version of a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 rather than playing 5 at the back, which I think has had mixed results for us. Raskin and Diamande are two players who, when they are on form, really can run a midfield. And I think going into this game, this is a game that will suit them, particularly Diamande, to get the best out of them and see what they can do. To that end, I'm bringing Hadji back in. These games can sometimes be won purely on sort of the passion and aggression and will to win. And I think when it comes to these big games, that Hadji often has that and puts a good shift in. He's obviously gotten goals in the tie recently as well. And so I'm bringing him back in for a little bit of that fire as well as his technical ability. Up front, going with the sort of tried Cherney on the right, Egerman on the left, and then Dessers up front. I do want to see the two of them on the field with Egerman pushing up to try and support Dessers in a forward two as best as he can, with Hadji can maybe drift out to fill the left side a little bit as he does so. I think that can cause trouble. We could also potentially take off Dessers later in the game if he's not been playing as well. Bring on Danilo, put Egerman up front, kind of rotate out Hadji to the left, or maybe bring Brahmi on to play on the left. He's sort of had a couple of decent games as well. So I think we do have options in the box. You've got Barron there if you want to become more defensively solid as well and get a little bit more running in the engine room. I think we do have some options there to change things up should we need to. In terms of the game changer, I think this is set up for Raskin to have another storming game. His form's been dipped maybe a little bit in recent games, but he has been our best player, recently voted Player of the Season and Players Player of the Season at the end of season awards. And I think this is one that if he steps up and shows the best that he has, he can win that midfield battle for us and make a real difference. 2 goals and 7 assists from him at the moment. If he can get maybe another goal, that would help to pop those numbers up a little bit. But yeah, overall, I just think we need his tenacity, his tackling, his passing from the back in order to make the most of this game. And so finally, my prediction. I'm predicting in this game that I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I'm going with for this one. The game is set up, I think, for both sides to go into it really champing at the bit. It's a home game for us against our rivals who've just won the league, and so we want to sort of try and take them down a little bit and show that we're still there, still looking to build it and going into this takeover period on a positive. They're obviously going to be coming to Ibrox looking to put a stamp on their title with a win over us and celebrate with our fans at Ibrox for the first time in a while. So I think both teams are coming into this game looking to do something, looking to kind of stamp down the other a little bit, and with that, both potentially will be going for it, all guns blazing. And with that in mind, it could pan out a little bit like the last game where we were really dominant in the first half. They kind of dominated a lot of the second half, and so I'm going to say that this could potentially end in a draw. I'm going to put it as 2-2. Hopefully, we do win, though. I would like nothing better to see that, but we shall see which Rangers turns up on the day. So that finishes the lowdown for this week. Thank you for watching. My name has been Doug. You've been watching the Rangers Journal. We do have pre and post match content for the Celtic game coming up, so do subscribe and turn on your notifications so you get told when we have our news content out. Like the video to let the algorithm know that it's something that others should watch, and thank you for tuning in as ever. My name has been Doug. You've been watching the lowdown. This is the Rangers Journal, and please remember that every night is a Rangers Journal night. Goodbye.